books can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, and a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, February 20th. It's a big day. It's a big night, and it can't get here soon enough. We're ready for action right now for the Four Nations Face-Off Final tonight in Boston. Let's go. Can't wait. Can't believe we got to sit around and wait for this one. Hours, years in the making tonight at Boston with Canada, with the United States. Four Nations Championship game, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. This is the preview right here. I mean, what do you need to know about these two teams? We get ready for the big game tonight. Four Nations tourney. 4.4 million viewers for the last game. I can only imagine what will happen tonight with the anticipation for the Four Nations final. Can't wait, man. Let's get your comments in the chat, your predictions of the big game tonight with the Four Nations face-off. Man, can't wait for that one. We'll also have back to action in the NBA. Tonight, we're back to a full card of action here with the resumption of play. Unfair to say, right? The second half of the season, we're 50 games into the season. So the stretch drive, if you will, NBA back in action tonight with a full card after last night's game. Look, we called for Charlotte to cover the spread last night here on the last night's game, but yesterday here on the show called for Charlotte, and look at that score, man, 197. Lakers better take a quick look and see what they can do here heading into tonight's game. They got to go back on the road here quickly to get their half started. So all right, let me say hello to some folks. Get started. We got also tonight college basketball, mid-major Thursday, but with a full NBA. We cut it down to 7 or 8 games today, maybe here as we preview the action tonight. I'm trying to make up for last night. Finished a couple games under 500 in college basketball, despite our win here on the show. Your win, actually, is what I should call it. You guys had the Hornets as a consensus pick. So great job to Team Steam yesterday. You guys made the call on that one. I was just along for the ride, it felt like yesterday, but we did have some winners here, premium pick winners yesterday in college basketball, including Mercer and Citadel game under, Western Carolina and Chattanooga game over, Cincinnati and West Virginia game under for sure, right? Stayed under. Also, SMU against Notre Dame we had here on the show yesterday. Team consensus, you guys had it. Northern Iowa over Belmont. That was a pretty good call yesterday. I gave out the over as the winner in that game, so we teamed up for the parlay in that one. Also, at a premium pick winner, South Alabama yesterday against Arkansas State. Also, premium pick winner Bradley and Illinois State game to go over. Also, want to shout out late night action. Mikey Money had it from pre-gaming Gonzaga and Washington State game to go under. I had the winner, Arkansas and Auburn game to go under for sure there yesterday. And Mikey made the call also with Missouri over Alabama yesterday. A lot of folks on Alabama, but Missouri got the money. Also, we had the winner here on the show, Central Florida and Oklahoma State to go over. I should have hung out on the extra board where I went 3-0 with the sports money premiums, including Winthrop. Charleston Southern and High Point game to go under. Navy and Colgate to go over there yesterday. How about Champions League? And we saw teams advance in the Champions League yesterday. And look, for me, you look at the game with Manchester City and Real Madrid in those bizarre conditions, I guess you could say, there yesterday. Haaland didn't start because of his knee problems, so whatever's going on there, and they were done for as Real Madrid got the win yesterday. So how'd you guys do in Champions League? We'll talk a little bit. Soccer today, we got not much happening. Europa League, of course, today is a featured attraction on the national worldwide soccer card. All right, let me say hello to everyone coming in here to get their sports betting day started. Can't wait. I don't know what else I can talk about here. I'm pretty fired up for tonight's game. Joe W. was first. Hello, Thomas Lewis. Thank you, sir, for being here today. Bob McCormick is there. AOD here. Thank you for being here today. AOD Blue da-da-dee-da-do-da is here. Also, let's see who else coming in to say hi, and then we'll get the show started, I guess. Just the regulars here. Andrew says Europa League is, don't forget, the action today. I don't know if I'll get around any Europa League with this college basketball schedule today, but I don't know what the best features would be necessarily. Bucharesti is in a pretty close pick'em game today. I guess that's probably the closest game on the card. Fenerbahce and Anderlecht, also pretty much a toss-up there today in Europa League. Damon, hello. Everyone's a little uptight about the Lakers there yesterday. Yeah. Subhuman might be ready to go here with some of the action on the pitch. Not sure if it's too standout. Like I said, we do have one game, CONCACAF Champions League. Saprissa going up against Vancouver. And there's some Copa Libertadores today as well. And that might be it from you guys in the chat. There's Jermaine ready to go. Hat trick for Mbappe, says Subhuman there with the results yesterday. I don't know if I like the results yesterday with the Champions League. Let's see here. We had trying to find the winner yesterday for me there. I guess it was. I did have the over with Manchester City and Real Madrid here on the show as my winner. PSG 7-0. I mean, come on. It happens in Champions League. All right, Trevor Davis. Hello, T. Moss. Hello, Damon. There we go. Some nice new folks here today. Not new, but all right. And I think that's it from everyone. So let's move on to my commercial anyway and let you know that you can get my top plays. Hoping to improve on yesterday's 2 games under 500 there in college basketball. So hopefully make up for that today over at winnable.com. Get my best plays over there. I'm going to give out a bunch of free winners here in just a moment in NBA and college basketball, but my best plays will be over there at Winnable. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off of the packages. It's $4 a day, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. Use the promo code STEAM. That's 50 cents a day to get more plays from me every day. just delivering more content is the way I look at it, and this is how you support me here on the channel. This is a user-supported channel here at Sports Money, and this is how you can support me, keep coming back every day to deliver you with this show, which I like to do very, very much. So check me out over at winnable.com. Use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off the premium pick packages. And do appreciate it. Usually send out 1 or 2 packages a day about this time. I say this time of the year. I've only been using this since the football season. It's been a great way to send out plays to everyone. Got a lot of great followers there. There's also a free subscription over there as well to get my peripheral plays, if you will, every day. Try to send out a package or so on some of the sports like Unrivaled or women's college basketball, my tennis. I'm watching some great tennis action here today. We've already seen some upsets this week. Also, golf getting underway today at the Mexico Open. And that'll be just about starting here. I want to say it's going to be in about let me see what that time is here as we get rolling here. They might be underway, actually. Yeah, they are underway at the Mexico Open. And I laid off this week, off of this week's tournament here for sure. So, all right. Appreciate that. I'm ready to go here with the previews for today. And let's get rolling here with the show and get right to the game. I mean, like I said, I don't know what I can do or add or talk about with this game. You're going to have your opinions here no matter what, I would think, with the United States and Canada. We can tell you it's in Boston, so Canada maybe gets away from the pressure-packed situation in Montreal after losing the first game between the two teams there. Incredible game, of course. First time around, and it turned out the U.S. won the game. And, maybe the way the tournament is actually set up might actually favor the United States. Just the fact that it's more of a professional hockey tournament rather than an I don't want to say amateur, but an international hockey tournament, right? An international playoff, if you will. We know over the years, Canada's kind of had the better of the United States in the last three of the last 4 major championship finals that they've played in different events, Canada Cup, things like that. So that's probably why I'm going to take the United States here, all biases aside. I think that the fact that it is more skewed to be a professional hockey game rather than an international hockey game. A lot of talk about how maybe the Canadian team might be built or adjusted to the fact that, hey, if you did put it in a international format, they probably would be the better team here. But you got a quick little tournament with, they're all professional players. We know that. But, first of all, this game probably is worthy of being a toss-up, and either team obviously can have their best day on the ice. But, man, you look at the pressure this total's getting lower and lower. Each time here, right? 5.5 under 35. Is that right? Can we get anything, cheaper than that? Maybe it's 5.5 under 30 at some of the sharper books around. But man, this one's going to be, you thought that last game was tight. I have a feeling this one's going to be even tighter. Let's go to the chat and see what you guys are thinking about here. Like I said, there's no, this is a big deal, right? This isn't something we, I talked about it a little bit, was concerned in some of the games. And look, the other games weren't that great, really. It's just these 2 games are pretty much off the hook. So Super True, hello. And Toucan, says, Canadians are just better at hockey. No doubt about it. I mean, look at when most of the league or half the league, I mean, is Canadian. This is the national sport of Canada. There's no doubt. And that's why the pressure's on, too. Here, always pressure's on the Canadians. So, all right, probably not a lot of opinions from you guys. Maybe you're just waiting to poke fun at me because I'm going to take the United States here. But I want to give a valid, I think that is my valid reasoning for it tonight. Also, that it looks like the U.S. has, been willing to make the adjustments for the type of play that needs to happen in this type of quick tournament, quick field, quick format. They've got a few injuries coming in. Maybe U.S. is a little more banged up coming in this one. Maybe the goaltending. Most people would agree that the U.S. has the goaltending advantage here. Look, I mean, Bennington's had moments before too, and Hellebuck, if anything, hasn't had his greatest moments. He's been a guy who's come short, but there's no doubt, looking at his history here over the last 3 seasons or so or more, but really since he's been just an elite keeper. So I'm going to take the United States tonight against Canada here. So, all right, not much from you guys. Maybe you guys are waiting. We got 50 of in here right now joining me on the morning steam. And we'll also get to NBA here in just a moment. And Bob says, yeah, no goal, no goal in the first 10 there, says Robert. USA puck line, I think Jermaine says. Blue going USA. Look, we might be, I don't know. There's a lot of Canadians watch us. I know that. It might even be, I don't know, 10, 20%. One thing about Canadians, they love sports betting. I know that. So, but maybe we just don't have our guys in here right now, or maybe they don't want to jinx it, if you will. We'll find out tonight. We're going to have a live stream for the game here on the Sports Money Network YouTube channel, and we'll be here during the game tonight at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. The game starts at about 20 minutes after the hour tonight, and we're going to go with it here on YouTube and be here for live companion coverage of the big event. Like I said, that first game to me was the highlight of the year, and it was cute. They said in the chat, oh, what about the Super Bowl? Wasn't that a better game than the... No, it wasn't. Super Bowl was not a better game than that first game. Can tonight's game top the last game? I don't know if it can. And the funny thing about the ratings and how the overwhelming reaction of sports fans to the event on in game 1 and now this game 2 is, the pre-contrived fights, if you will, at the beginning of the game, right? I mean, yes, they were born out of necessity and desire because the teams hadn't played in so long, and not putting any conspiracy theories behind it. But, the fights came in, right? The 3 fights in 9 seconds, everybody's going crazy. I'm going crazy here watching everybody. And then you see like just the subtle thing, like the ESPN, it comes across, right? The game has just started, and like ESPN, even though it wasn't an ESPN property, it was a huge sports story. It was breaking news. 3 fights in 9 seconds, right? And even the ESPN ticker, right? Or if you're watching social media, I don't know how it all, not everybody was watching the game when it began. I promise you that. But everyone quickly heard about it, and everyone went to watch the rest of the game and got one of the best hockey games you're going to see. So, all right. I guess I'm on the U.S. There's not much there. Lando's got Tkachuk here. Got Matt Tkachuk over 2.5 shots on goal. It looks like those guys are going to be in here. Maybe they got hurt because they got in those fights there a little bit. And there is one notable, and we mentioned the notable injury there certainly yesterday with McAvoy. He's actually in the hospital. He has an AC joint sprain, and they got an infection, and he had to have surgery. So, bummer news there for McAvoy. And so the U.S. maybe has a little bit of injury concerns coming in. But all right, should be great tonight with that game. I don't know what else we can do to talk about it. Maybe we should just move on. Not a lot from you guys. And look, we don't have, it's not like a lot of trends or anything like that. Right? And that's what I said too, Jerry. He says they might have scripted it for the buzz, but I don't hate it. I said that too. I said, you know what? They could have did 3 more fights right after that, and I would have not mind, right? I mean, it's not like the fights they were scrapping. They were definitely scrapping. You remember do they even call them goons anymore? Do they have goons out there? Do they have enforcers now? You guys have to tell me. There's still fights out there every so often. We know that. But it was like the old days when you knew the guys, who were going to square off, right? All right. That's going to do it for that. I'll just pass along a little bit of steam to get us rolling along here as we get ready for the show. Couple plays, couple moves coming in here right now as we get ready for the sports betting day here with our NBA. That's kind of exciting to have it back, even though we complain until it's gone, right? Northwestern and Ohio State, some steam here to the under here with Northwestern and Ohio State. Really? Okay, I don't mind. Here, I don't know if I'm going to agree with it. I'm previewing this one in a little bit. Steam under 140 was 144. We might be all the way down to 142 here right now in the game tonight between Northwestern and Ohio State. Right now it's down to 142.5 here at a few books. All right, a couple other moves came in here. Short time ago, it was Utah Valley tonight in their game against Utah Tech. Never would have even talked like this 20 years ago. Utah Valley was minus 6.5. They're going to go up to 7.5 here. Utah Valley taking the steam against Utah Tech. All right. And I think that's it for now. Any more that comes in, we'll let you know. Get started on the NBA here with our first game up. We're back. I guess we were back last night, but all right, here we go. Celtics taking on the 76ers here. The Celtics are
Steam playing.
A 7-point favorite. Steam right there, you might have heard just seconds ago. Georgia State and James Madison. Steam to the under there with Georgia State and James Madison. It was a 151.5 down here now to 150 or lower here, Georgia State and James Madison. Okay, Celtics and Sixers here. The Celtics, a 7-point favorite, maybe 7.5 now at some books. And the total here is at 223 in this one. Boston has won 6 straight games on the road coming into this one. They're still, you could look at it. Again, we want to give everybody kind of a fresh start. We're not necessarily going to go to the well here, even though this is the kind of position that Boston has not done very well in. They've dropped 6 straight road games against the spread when coming in off of a home win, but a little bit of rest for some of the players. Let's just come out, start fresh and new, see what's going on. Philadelphia has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games as an underdog coming into this one. And see what you guys like here as we get rolling here in the second half. Philadelphia comes in on a losing streak. Don't forget, right now, heading into the break, they weren't winning at all, and they were getting a few numbers against the spread, but not in the last couple of weeks for sure. They've been really bad, so it's going to be kind of hard even for me to say, look, are we really going to erase those trends already and or stand by those trends against a team like Philadelphia that really has run amok here or run into the muck here of late? So we'll see what you have here in this one with Philadelphia and Boston. Marshall took some steam here just seconds ago in their matchup tonight. Marshall against Old Dominion. They were a 2-point favorite. They're going up to 3 here right now. Marshall taking the steam against Old Dominion this morning. Okay, I'm going to go to the chat in just a moment, but not before I mention that the steam is coming in right now in a game between USC and Maryland. This is a preview game for me that I was going to go over here in a little bit. The steam's going on the over for sure. It was 152. It's all the way up to 154 and a half, it looks like right now. I was going to go over. Let me just give it out right now in case we never make it there. I mean, you got two teams that are definitely going over this year with USC and Maryland right now. This might be the big over of the day. It feels like when you're matching up two teams together, USC and Maryland. And I want to go over. It's at 154. I mean, we're looking at a game that's going to be, supposedly 83-73 or something like that, it feels like right now. So I'm taking the over in that USC-Maryland game. Here comes a little bit more steam. I'll go to the chat here in just a moment, but Idaho is getting steamed here right now in their matchup against NAU. Idaho was getting 3.5. They're down to 2.5 here for the most part. Idaho taking the steam right now. Okay, let's go to the chat here, Boston and Philly. See what we have with you guys. And let's see here. Blue is on the Celtics. Jermaine like Utah Valley with that move. Thomas likes Boston here to roll against struggling Philly. Jermaine's got a prop with Tatum in his PRA. And Thomas says you got to give the Celtics a chance with Embiid, out of this lineup, and just right now things not going well for Philly at this point. Tyrese Maxey is probable. You need him, but you got Gordon out, Lowry out. Holiday probable here for Boston, so. I got you, Thomas. I got it. When I saw MB, I knew who you were talking about for sure. All right. Kiadra, thank you for coming in today. And Jerry says, what's up with this Kennesaw game? I don't know yet. I thought we're okay there, but I'll try to take a look here. Blue like Maryland in that game against SC. More steam coming in right now on LMU tonight in their matchup. It's the last game on the board. LMU was getting 12.5. It's down to 11.5, I believe, here right now. Probably 12 or 11.5. Steam on LMU tonight in their matchup against Santa Clara. All right. Anything else here in this one? Hello to Big Scott in the chat today. And Billy says, I'll go over here in this one. And I know I don't have any soccer preview today. I don't go as deep in Europa League usually for me. I might bet it, but I don't really publicly cap Europa League. If it's a barren slate, I could get into some, free picks or something on that. Thomas likes the over. All right, I think I better make the call here and get rolling with the show a little bit.
Steam play.
But this steam keeps coming out. James Madison, we just talked about the game against Georgia State. Now James Madison's getting steamed. It was 9. It's now 10. James Madison taking the steam against Georgia State. All right. Blue says, yes, take the over. Oh, man, you guys want to go over in this one, and I'm about to give out the under. I don't know if I can take myself off of it. I'll look at it here and see if I can. James Parham's on the Pacers. He's ready to go with the next game. He says, let's go. All right. I kind of still want to grab Philly, but I'm going to go with the under as my play here. Give me the under in this one. All right, next up, Grizzlies and the Pacers here. You got the Grizzlies favored right now. Look, I mean, the Grizzlies are great. I mean, not only they win, they cover as well. And the Pacers, they're doing a pretty good job covering. They were playing terrific in January and February, it feels like so far. Moved to 7 games, over 500. They're really doing a really good job. I don't want to say unheralded. I mean, they're definitely playing well here. Now, I guess the story, though, is the 250 there. It just looks like some random numbers. 2.5, 250. Just looks like some random numbers I typed in there, but no doubt this one's already gotten steamed to the over as well here. Had we reached 250? I think we did reach 250, but I don't think we were at 250 this early in a game, right? I think so. I think even one game didn't go to like 254 or something recently, but nonetheless, we're looking at a huge total here tonight. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can honestly go with the over here, despite what everything. I don't know. Maybe I'll get your guys' opinions on it in this one. It just feels like it keeps going up and up and up, and I don't know. The Pacers have had a little bit of. I don't want to say if they've had a little bit of defense. I don't even know if you can call it that, but they've done a nice job here, definitely of late, improving their record for sure. Yeah, they're going over right now. Pacers are going over in 8 of their last 10 games overall, 4 of their last 5. They're not actually covering that well. Actually, Indiana 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. So, not that I'm speaking too soon. The Pacers are definitely doing a pretty good job, winning games. If anything, have they been a little bit overrated at maybe in some of these home roles? But here they are as a dog, at least. Now, Memphis is 24-10 as a favorite this season, one of the best favorites in the league. Actually, 17-9 against the spread on the road. They keep doing a great job, and I don't want to really ever get on Ja Morant a little bit, but starting to look at him as maybe a player who we'll see later on. I mean, he needs more around him for sure. Remember, this Memphis team has done it without him, and then maybe with him, maybe they're not as great as they've been. They're still great. I mean, the guy's a great player, but
Steam play.
Coastal Carolina is taking the steam here right now. Let's keep you updated on some of these moves as I try to go down this NBA card. Coastal Carolina in their matchup here tonight against Southern Miss. They were getting 7 points. It's down here to 6 right now as Coastal Carolina taking the steam here this morning on the Morning Steam Show. All right, I think you guys are commenting on the Grizzlies and the Pacers. Let me go to the chat and get the plays from the chat. So here we go. James Parham likes the Pacers. Blue says this is a shootout, but Blue likes the Grizz here. Thomas is on the Grizz. Billy says, you got to draw the line somewhere. I mean, come on. Yeah, 250. Blue says, wasn't it 300 points? And it went down to 250. Yeah, I don't mean to. Maybe you're talking about the fact that the two teams have played. What was it last time? The first meeting, 136 to 121. Memphis won as a 6-point favorite at home against Indiana in the first meeting. But Robert says you got to still stay under here. Memphis money line here. And let's see. 2.5, 250. The graphic looks fine, I think. 2.5, 250. Grizzlies team total over for Blue. Jermaine likes over 254. All right. And Jerry says still going to lay off NBA at this point. Not interested. All right. Jerry talking about that Coastal game. Okay, fam. And Billy says, aren't the Pacers a great underdog other than the Magic? No, they're really not. They're just 12-10 against the spread, are the Pacers. So they have not been a great cover. I think, the Grizzlies have been a dynamite cover. There's no doubt about it. I kind of feel like, you know what? This might be the spot for the Pacers here a little bit. And give me the Pacers here tonight against the Grizzlies in this one. I'll take a couple of points here. The Grizzlies are great. I know it, but you know what? I might be actually. I'm not going to put the fade train on them or anything, but I want Morant to succeed. But is he going to prove to be a winner when it's all said and done, long term? All right. The Cavaliers are taking on the Nets tonight, and they're favored by a baker's dozen. Total 225.5 here. Brooklyn's back to covering. Say what you will, they've won 6 of their last 7. They're back to the Brooklyn we were seeing early on, the surprising Brooklyn a little bit. Cleveland's covering everything. We know that. But still, Cleveland comes in having won 4 in a row into the break and covered against Toronto, covered against Minnesota. But they did fail against Washington and Detroit, similar teams to the Nets, kind of, if you know what I mean. Brooklyn has won and covered 3 straight coming in, wins over Philly, Charlotte, and Miami. Now, look, it's not necessarily calling for a Nets win here, but they could get the money against these guys. They've covered 6, like I said, won and covered 6 of their last 7 games overall here. Cavaliers are a very strong cover, no doubt about it. They're 35-19 against the spread this season. That's better than the Nets here. They're also 32-18 as a favorite, often laying numbers similar to this every time. The Cavaliers have been almost unstoppable. But the Nets have been a strong cover. Then they kind of went into a tailspin because they're not great. We know that. They're, just 20-34 straight up this season. Maybe that's not bad, actually, for the Nets here. But really, they've gotten it done. 25-20 as an underdog, done a good job. But they're back to doing a good job again here of late, getting a lot of points. And I would think this one, the Nets are like under City every time right now. They've gone under in 15 of their last 21 games overall coming in. But this total kind of got steamed, and, the Cavs are an over team. So I don't know if they just meet at the middle necessarily, but Cavs are 33-16 to the over as a favorite. Brooklyn had gone under in 9 of their last 10 games before the break. But if I had to mash it all together and, pick a side, if you will, I'm going over tonight. The teams met already twice this season, and it went over when they played here in Brooklyn, 130-101. Cleveland got the win and cover, although Brooklyn covered on the road at Cleveland in a 5-point loss, getting 12.5 back in November. That one went under. But the game here went over. So I'm going to end up on the over here in this one with Cleveland and Brooklyn. And see what you have here tonight in this one. Cam Thomas still out for the Nets, just to cover where we were before the break a little bit. We do that. Bogdanovich is out, though, for the season for sure. That was I believe came about during the break, the final verdict on that. All right, let's see what we got here in this one. It's going to be William Dryman's here. Sports money is money. Blues on the Nets. Thomas teasing the Nets. And it looks like Billy Mack is going with the under here. James will be with me on the over. Thomas is on the under. Kiadra says Brooklyn first quarter to hang in there. How about Brooklyn money line first quarter? Hey everyone, this is a little bit of breaking news here. Let me take a look at this to make sure right now. But I think we might be seeing some steam come in here on the United States right now. The line service is notifying us that that is indeed the case. I'm not seeing the lines necessarily moved yet here. Let's just keep posted on that. I don't know if a nickel's going to be a big deal, but the U.S. could be moving to a bit of a favorite here. We'll see. Give me a few minutes on that. And Kiara says take a full game as well. Robert going over. And see here, Donut Silks. Hello, Donut Silks. All right. And I guess that's it from you guys on this one. Not much in this tough one with 13-point spread, but I'm going to take the over with Bobby Mack here. Give me the over, Cavs and Nets. The Bulls and the Knicks. To resume play here, we got another double-digit favorite with the Knicks favored by 12, and the total here, 243 in this one. Just want to say here's one right now. Steam move coming in. This is our baseball coverage of the exhibition preseason game number 1. The Chicago Cubs are getting steamed right now in the game against the Dodgers today. It's at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific time. If you are into that sort of thing, I will definitely be putting on a little bit of coverage, pick coverage. Probably not on maybe. I'll probably just bet this steam here. Right now, the Cubs are getting steamed here down to plus $1.50 or so in the matchup with the Dodgers today. Almost forgot, right? Didn't even make the monologue. But the Dodgers and the Cubs will play today for a little afternoon action. We shouldn't have forgot that. All right. Bulls and Knicks here. We got the Knicks coming in at 36-18. The Bulls are 22-33. They had lost 4 straight into the break. The Knicks come in having won a couple of games in a row over Atlanta and Indiana. They did not cover. Remember, the Atlanta game was 149-148 as an 8-point favorite in that one. And look, these are two teams that kind of go over for sure here. The Knicks are over in 8 of their last 10 into the break. They've gone over in 27 of 48 games as a favorite. Chicago's gone over in 24 of 41 games as an underdog coming into this one. Knicks have won 9 of their last 11 games overall. They've gone over in 6 straight and 12 of their last 16. Chicago's gone over in 5 of their last 6 games overall. Chicago just 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games, 4-12 against the spread in their last 16 games. So let's see here if you guys have any opinions in this one. Bulls and Knicks. And we've got, some large spreads here, Thomas. That's putting it nicely. Knicks and under for Billy Mack here. Blue says Knicks team total over. Robert likes the Bulls to cover. Thomas likes the Knicks. All right. I know the experts, if you will, handicappers like the under in this game for the most part. The steam came in on the under, but I'm going over here, this big number, 243, with the Bulls and the Knicks today. these two teams have played wild games so far this season. The game back in January was 139 to 126. The Bulls won that one at home as a 5.5-point dog. The previous game, here in New York that they played this season was 124 to 123. That did go over this number, although just 247. The Bulls were an 8.5-point dog in that one, and they won that game too. So they played pretty well against the Knicks this season. They kind of overlook, it feels like, the Bulls a little bit. So will they do that here today? Obviously, with with the way the teams are coming in, you could look to the injury report a little bit for the Bulls. You got Williams out, Sonogo, he's out as well, but Lonzo is probable. I guess LeVar is probably out with that amputated right foot. Prayers up to LeVar. Had to get his foot amputated. All right, for the Knicks, Anunoby, he's questionable still in this one. I don't know. We'll see for Anunoby. Mitch Robb out. Josh Hart out as well. So you got to take some of those into consideration, it looks like here for the Knicks. A few pieces are out here for sure. All right, a few more opinions here. James Parham on the Knicks. Trevor's on the Bulls. And that might be it from you guys. I'll take the over with the Bulls and the Knicks tonight. All right. Irish, we're going to have some college basketball. He's back for the NBA, but, there's some games. Although I would say I'm only looking at about 6 or 7 games tonight. The thing is, we're whittling down these conference seasons, right? And some of these teams don't have a chance to win the conference regular season title. And there's no use in some of the smaller conference. I don't want to say no use. They're all good games to bet. But, yeah, we try to make sure we're talking about the biggest games. And, look at the Atlantic Sun. They got some games tonight, right? It doesn't matter who wins the conference regular season. It does matter who wins the conference regular season title for the bye and everything, and some of these crazy conference tournament formats now. But more realistically, it's just an honor to win the title. You still got to win the conference tournament to go to the tournament. We know that. All right, next up, good game here, Magic and Hawks. It's the Hawks that are hot. Here, right? Magic. Look, both teams have similar records coming in, but the Hawks are playing some of their best ball of the season here right now. It feels like, yes, they lost the game to the Knicks there by 1 point, but they covered the spread. They've been covering the spread for a couple of weeks before the break came. So Hawks have been hot, no doubt. They've covered 7 straight coming into this one. Orlando, they've lost 8 of their last 9 games on the road coming in here. So, look, Orlando, we know that they've been, good as a favorite, but not so good on the road. 10-19 overall against the spread on the road for Orlando now. They, started off as an okay cover, but no longer. Meanwhile, Atlanta's covered not only 7 straight, 9 of their last 10, they're 22-13 against the spread as an underdog. I guess they're still an underdog at 1.5, and the total 222.5, 223 here. It definitely has gone up a couple of points here with the Magic and the Hawks here in this one. Widely reported steam did come in on the over here, but Orlando is 11-21 to the under as a favorite. If you could call them that here. But Atlanta is 16-8 to the over at home. See what you guys like in this one. Orlando, like I said, I think a little bit of a sneaky game here. Feels like a pretty good game tonight with Orlando and Atlanta here. Orlando's gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall. Go to the chat here and see what we have. Anything here? As Thomas says, give me the Hawks at home. Blue likes the under. Robert likes Atlanta. And Jerry wants all those great games today on the added board previewed. Ricky Adra, Atlanta first half. Bill says, give me the Magic and the under. I'm going to go with the under here, like Billy Mack in this one with Orlando. Pardon me, in Atlanta. James Parham liking Atlanta as well. All right. Let's go to the next one here now and see what we got with the Clippers and the Bucks. All right. Clippers on the road, favorite here. Wow. It maybe not a surprise here at this point, given the situation we are seeing right now. A little bit of a movement here. I don't know if that's going to change, but Giannis is questionable now in this game. That's probably a good sign. He might make this lineup, but right now the Clippers are a 1.5, maybe even a 2-point favorite here right now. The total is going up to 228, 228.5. I'm even seeing a 229 out there, it looks like, at Bovada. So we'll see here how things develop today. The Clippers had won 3 straight heading into the break with wins over Utah, Memphis, and Utah. Although they didn't cover the last game against Utah, winning by just 4 as a 10-point favorite. But we know how it was going there a little bit, right, with the last couple of games before the break. Everything was getting a little goofy there for sure. So that's the big one there, really, for this one is Giannis. Look, it looks like his status here is trending to the positive a little bit. I'm thinking he could actually make this lineup. Whether or not you could say it's reflected in the line, the Clippers are still playing well, no doubt about it. The Clippers are 19-11 as a favorite against the spread this season, 32-22 against the spread overall. Now, they're much better at home against the spread, but Milwaukee is just 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games overall. Now, they have played well over the past few years against the Clippers. They've won 4 out of the last 5 meetings, 5 out of the last 7, and 9 of the last 12 meetings against the Clippers overall. But without knowing what's going to happen tonight with Giannis, could we see him back tonight? I'm going to take the Clippers right now. Just as the free play here, I want the Clippers tonight. The steam came in on the Bucks originally, and the Clippers are here all of a sudden a 1.5 and 2-point favorite. So I'm not sure if it's registering. But the total is definitely on the move here. The Clippers are the team that's been going over of late. Clippers have gone over in 9 of their last 12, 7 of their last 8, and 4 of their last 5. They, heading into the break anyway. Plenty of overs for the Clippers, 4 in a row, actually coming into this one. So I'll just take the Clippers here on the road to win and cover against Milwaukee. There's some steam coming in the college ranks tonight. We talked about Marshall taking that steam earlier. Now the steam's coming in on the over here with Marshall and Old Dominion. It was 146. Looks like we're going to 147 here. Marshall and Old Dominion steam to the over. All right, Kiadra. Well, let's see here. I think we got James Parham will start us off with the over here in this one. Blue like the over. Kiadra Clippers. Thomas Clippers. He doesn't think Giannis will make this lineup. Kiadra says the line's actually been flipped. If anything, that maybe does indicate Giannis won't make the lineup. I just feel like the news is trending positive for Giannis. Doesn't mean the line's necessarily going to be right, but maybe it's more indicative that he will not play. And here is Robert also on the Clippers here in this one. And Irish King says, is that confirmed? No, I think he was saying he doesn't think he's going to play, like trying to read the tea leaves, much like I am here, King. And that's all I'm doing. But that's my job, is to, kind of speculate on it. That's, for all the people, and I don't want to critique anyone in the chat. If you need to wait for all of your info, that is fine. But the job of the handicapper is to weigh all the factors at all times and then try to exploit the line, at the time when it might be the weakest. Granted, you want your limits higher. I know you have to wait, and that's okay. Some people have to wait and want to get all that injury info in there too. So, okay, I appreciate you. I'm going to take the clips tonight. Next up, talked about these double-digit favorites. Here's one right now with the Hornets. A big favorite here by 16 now. Look, if anything, it's kind of gone up here a little bit. We made fun of the Nuggets, right? Early in the season, they can't cover big spreads. They just go through the motions, just get it done. You can't trust now. They can't stop covering the spread no matter how many points you put in front of them right now. And now they got to take advantage of the Hornets coming in off of a road win against the Lakers, coming right in here to Denver tonight, where they probably should be a 24-point underdog. I'm kidding, kind of. All right. Anyways, look, the Hornets are still 27-16 against the spread as an underdog, but the Nuggets are covering everything in sight right now. It doesn't matter what the spread is. Now 16 is pretty high. They covered 8.5 against Portland. They covered 9 against Portland. They covered 6.5 against Phoenix, 6 against Orlando, 11 against New Orleans. Doesn't feel like they can be stopped here, but still, this is going to be a little bit high. Now, Hornets, they won the game, right? They got it done. Great job there by LaMelo at the finish. And, LeBron did it. Look, the Lakers, they're, showing some of their weaknesses that they're going to be faced with, even if it's not about the missing center type of thing, right? The Lakers aren't a complete team, and they're still getting used to their situation, it feels like. All right, let me get a few steam plays here while you guys check out the Hornets and the Nuggets. We've got Western Illinois and Southeast Missouri State. This one's steaming to the over with these two teams, right? Right now it was 137 up to 138, Western Illinois and Southeast Missouri State. I think you could maybe look to the over there with that one, but the steam came in on the over. Also, Wichita State and Florida Atlantic. This one, I believe, this one makes the previews today. And right now, the steam is coming in on the over in this one. Wow, it was 154. Now it was 153. Now it's going up to 154.5 and 155. Wichita State and Florida Atlantic steam to the over. All right. Not many comments from you guys. Maybe this one's a little bit heavy here with this spread right at 16. So let's see what you have here in this one. Thomas is on Charlotte. Blues is maybe a team total here. Robert's on the over. And Hornets here. Let's see, Billy Mack says Hornets plus the money. And Keadra's got that famous saying about how Denver goes at home. And James said Denver team total over. So I'm going to take the Denver Nuggets to cover the spread tonight, minus 16 against Charlotte. I've got Charlotte coming in off of a road win against the Lakers, traveling into Denver. The Denver cover and everything. I know it's all jacked up here. I'm going to try Denver tonight. Suns and Spurs. So, give the Suns a little bit of credit. I want to be critical of them every time. I'd like to bet against them every time, but they did an okay job here. Now, they have lost 3 in a row coming in, but they did cover last time out, getting points against Houston. Nonetheless, both teams are pretty weak at covering the spread. The Suns, especially 11-20 as a favorite, 11-16 against the spread on the road. San Antonio, though, they're just 3-7 against the spread coming into this one, and they're going to be faced the task of going into this one without Victor Wembanyama, who's under the weather here and expected to miss. He's doubtful for tonight's game. Devin Booker probable, Beal probable in this one. So certainly a little bit of an issue here for the Spurs without their man. Total here has moved up higher to 238 here at this point. Funny you mentioned Chicago State. Here comes the steam on Chicago State, believe it or not. I don't know what these sharps are thinking. I don't know. Maybe we give Chicago State a little bit of credit. They covered a couple games this month, but they are taking the steam right now against Central Connecticut. They were 13-point dogs, but they're down to 11.5 here. It looks like Chicago State taking that steam against Central Connecticut. Also, Lemoyne taking the steam right now. They were 1.5, call it 2.5 against St. Francis. Lemoyne taking the steam against St. Francis here on the Morning Steam Show. All right, Suns and Spurs. See what you guys have here in this one. The Suns came in the break 2-5 against the spread overall. I'm trying to talk them up a little bit, but really don't have the numbers necessarily to prove it. Mostly picking on the Spurs and Wembanyama out of this game, but there are plenty to pick on with the Spurs as well right now. Also, 5-13 against the spread in their last 18 games, 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games. So short term, long term, they're not really getting the numbers either here of late. They are off of a loss to Boston before the break, and they'd basically been not covering numbers either here coming in. So I'm taking the Suns here to win. Something I don't do very often right now, but I am taking them in this game tonight against San Antonio with Wembanyama out. All right, let's see here. Thomas is on San Antonio. Blues on San Antonio. Robert's on the Spurs. And Thomas is on the he's on the Suns now with no Wemby. All right, James Parham's on the Suns a little bit. Look, the Suns still have these bad numbers a little bit, covering the spread. But again, they're facing another team that doesn't cover the spread well. And I contend the Suns had a few moments there late in the first half, those last games notwithstanding. So I'm taking the Suns. All right, last one in the NBA. It's good to have NBA back, man. Come on. Lakers on the road, -3 here against Portland. Now, there were look, they played the game yesterday. That was kind of a makeup game a little bit, because of the fires. And now, so you send the Lakers. They play one game at home, and they're still the Lakers. They lost, right, to Charlotte. We know that. And then you send them out here on the road to a team that you could argue is playing some of their best basketball. You can't argue that. I think the Portland was playing their best basketball until they kind of ran into a wall at the end. They did lose 3 straight into the break, but they were on a good streak before that. Remember, they had covered many games in a row before losing 3 straight. So Portland is 30-20 against the spread. As an underdog, 17-11 against the spread at home. Lakers, good groove here right now, despite what happened last night. Remember, the Lakers were kind of surging a little bit as well. But now they're starting to get into, we know who we got, what we got. And let's see if it all works out in the end for the Lakers. Still, Portland's covered 11 of their last 14 games coming into this one. And also for the Lakers here, they've been, despite what happened last night, covered 6 of their last 8 games coming in. The Lakers have gone over in 8 of their last 11 games. coming into this one, and 7 of their last 9. But I'm probably going to end up on the under here in this game after what I saw last night. Now, I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to end up scoring 97 points here every night, but I just think they're in a little bit different mode with these two bosses on the court at the same time, if you know what I mean. I don't think it's going to be a chemistry issue or, not enough basketballs to go around as it is going to be. You got two guys who like to direct traffic, I would just say. Anyways, the Blazers have a lot of injuries coming in, so that could put you on the Lakers here at a little bit of a discount price. The send-out was 5. Robert Williams is questionable. Scoot Henderson's questionable. Jeremy Grant is questionable. Saw that article come out basically, statistically talking about Henderson being one of the, I don't know if they're saying one of the worst players in the league if you put everything all together, but those guys have been out for about a week, though, coming in to the break. So we'll see how their lineup shakes out tonight here in this one. But I'm going under with the Lakers and the Blazers here. I don't know if I have any trend to back it up. I'm kind of relying on maybe what I saw last night, what I think is going to happen tonight when the two teams come in here, with the Lakers coming in off of 1 day's rest and the way Portland was playing so well. So we'll see here. Lakers have been going on the road, no doubt. Okay, here we go. Robert's on Portland. And Blue says he does think the Lakers will get it today. And Thomas says, like the Lakers here, they need to get every game they can get to get it. Remember, the Lakers were a team that, was barely qualifying for the postseason and, last year, for example. But right now, they're okay. But we'll see if they can hang on, good record here. All right. No, they'll make the playoffs. I don't think that's going to be a question here, but I don't know if we do see any tailspin out of this team. Then I might have some concerns, but they're in 5th right now in the playoff picture. I think that's going to be just fine. Everything can shake down here a little bit, but all right, couple more steam moves coming in. That's it for NBA. Thank you, everybody. And we want Justice. Hello today. I've got a few games to look at here in college basketball. I didn't go over a lot of them on the card like this, but Eastern Illinois and Southern Illinois is taking some steam here right now in their matchup. It was 135 down to 134 here with Eastern Illinois and Southern Indiana. The Screaming Eagles. Also, just before that, steam came in. Towson and Elon. Steam here to the over in this one with Towson and Elon. We already said Towson already took steam. I don't think I mentioned it. They did take some steam overnight. And now the steam comes in on the over. It was 132.5, but up to 134 possibly here. Towson and Elon taking some steam to the over. Also, North Florida extra board in their last game on the board against Jackson State. North Florida was getting 1.5. It's pick 'em here for the most part right now at some of the sharp books. North Florida taking the steam against Jacksonville. Okay. Let's go to college basketball tonight. And I got a little bit of a mix of some of the biggest games on the board and also some mid-majors there a little bit. Okay, Jerry, on the Lakers game there, Jerry. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the under in that one with the Lakers and the Blazers. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's start off with the early decent, the major conference matchups aren't really that great either, but Northwestern and Ohio State Here in this one, you have Ohio State favored by 10. And the total here, 143 on that widely reported steam that we announced here as we were getting the show started, it felt like. There we go. Move it down here to 143 in this one. Buckeyes come in 15 and 11. Northwestern comes in with a record of 13 and 13 here in this one. This is your Fox Sports 1 game coming in here. For Ohio State, Parks, the big man, is questionable here in this one. Barkley for Northwestern is questionable here. Northwestern comes in on a 3-game losing streak. Ohio State's been a good cover. They are 10-6 against the spread as a home favorite, 15-11 against the spread overall coming into this one. Still maybe a big number here. That steam came in on the under, but man, Northwestern is one of the big-time over teams in the country right now. They're 11-2 to the over as an underdog. Meanwhile, Ohio State, a modest 9-7 to the over as a favorite coming into this one. 7 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams in Columbus have gone over. Northwestern's gone over in 9 of their last 10. So that's why I sounded so inquisitive when that steam came in on the under. Northwestern's gone over in 5 straight on the road. I've got to go with the over here with this one. Ohio State has won 21 of the last 23 meetings between these two teams in Columbus. That's basically the last 25 years. And still 10-point favorite here. See if they can get this money tonight, but just give me the over here with Northwestern and Ohio State. Take a little discount with that sharp steam coming in. I'm sure the Sharps know what they're doing. They don't care if Northwestern's gone over in every game for the last 2 months. All right. Here we go. Ohio State and under are going to tease us, says Jerry. Robert likes Northwestern to get this money here tonight. Thomas might be on a teaser as well. All right. Thank you to the chat here. And let's see here. Oh, a couple more here. With, let's see here, James Parm on Ohio State there, okay. And Super True likes Ohio State by 12. And yeah, Barnheiser, I see what saying there. But how many games has he missed in a row now? I feel like we've already made the adjustment there a little bit there, Jerry. So I've got to go over here. All right. Let's go next to, how about this? Texas, El Paso, and Kennesaw. So look, I was just going to think here about, taking in this was the best game in Conference USA today. I know it's not at the top of the standings necessarily. Jacksonville State plays New Mexico State today, and anytime you're playing New Mexico State, you still got to respect it a little bit, even though New Mexico State, the days of conference championships are long gone. Anyways, Kennesaw here at home, 3-point favorite in this one against UTEP. I'll call it 3.5 right now. And this total maybe is dropping here a little bit. Maybe starting to see 148 in a few places, even 147.5 right now at Bovada. The sharp books are still hanging out at 149, but the square books are on the move here right now in this one. UTEP comes in 17-8, 15-11 right now for Kennesaw. Both teams are mired in the middle of the standings pretty much. UTEP 7-5 in conference play. Kennesaw 7-6 in conference play. The conference title is still up for grabs. Jacksonville State 1-game lead over Liberty, 1.5 games over Middle coming in. Middle plays Louisiana Tech today in Conference USA. For UTEP here, they are 7-2 against the spread on the road this season, but both teams are pretty good covering numbers. Kennesaw's 5-2 against the spread as a favorite, 8-4 against the spread at home overall. Now, Kennesaw is a big time under team so far this season. They are 1-5-1 to the under as a favorite and 3-8-1 to the under at home. They've gone under in 8 of their last 10. However, UTEP has gone over in 6 of 9 games on the road so far this season. So let's see if you have anything here with this one. I hope I didn't catch you by surprise too much on some of these selections I made today. I was kind of hemming and hawing because, like you said, we could go over them all. They're all kind of the same type of mid-major matchups today. I just tried to pick the best. So see what you have here. Go to the chat. Texas, El Paso, and Kennesaw.
System play.
Let me look at some of the trends as well. I think I gave out some okay numbers there. Here we go. Looks like a lot of Kennesaw. We don't even have a consensus play, but this might be it. Jerry's on Kennesaw. James is on Kennesaw. Jerry says, Robert's on Kennesaw. Everybody's liking Kennesaw here. Maybe it's a good thing I did pick this one. All right, Robert liking the under here in this one. Kennesaw for Kiadra. This is going to be a good consensus. Good morning to Razor today. Wow, Super True says Razor had a good run at the track yesterday. I missed that. Sorry, Razor. Hope it was a great day. And James Paul, let's see here. I think that's it, but man, that felt like consensus play. Also, some steam just came in on that LMU Santa Clara total. It was 146. It's up to 147.5 with LMU and Santa Clara steamed to the over now. LMU already got steamed. All right. I'm with you guys. Give me Kennesaw here to get it done against UTEP. Yeah, I'll take Kennesaw. I'm going to have a premium on this game, I believe, on the total, but I'll take Kennesaw with you guys. All right. Got a couple more here right now. Let's keep it moving here on the morning steam. I just want to say, I was thinking about UTEP, and I was thinking about that UTSA. I'm complaining about my picks yesterday a little bit. Boy, some of my teams went melty. And not Razor didn't have a problem. He went 4-0. So hit up Razor there, and I'm complaining. Okay. I guess if I picked the right 4 games, I went 4-0 too. Oh, Ray, thanks for everything you're doing, Razor. Okay, here we go right now. Next up is Cashville going up against Radford. Look, this is a good game for sure. I think worth talking about here at this point.
Critical notice.
Take a look at these two right now with Cashville coming in here in the Big South currently, sitting just 1 game behind High Point in the standings at this time. Radford sits at 6-6, but Cashville needs this one, and they're an underdog on the road by 2.5 total at 146 here in this one with UNC Asheville on the road here. Total is moving lower here right now to 144.5. It looks like it's definitely moving lower at some of these books right now. I'm going to at least take a point off there. Call it 145, but Bovada's already moved to 144.5. Sharp books aren't quite moving just yet. on this one. Some steam just came in with Idaho and Northern Arizona in their matchup today. Steam had already come in on Idaho. We talked about it. Now here comes steam on the over in a matchup that, I don't know, looks like an over to me. With these two teams, it was 146.5 going up to 148 here right now with Idaho and Northern Arizona. So here we are also with the North Carolina Asheville matchup against Radford here in this one on the extra board today. A couple of decent games here on the extra board. This one, really a big one here for Asheville, but take a look at some of the numbers for these two teams coming in. You got Asheville here coming in right now with a current record of 19-7. Radford comes in 16-11. Asheville's won 2 straight here right now with wins over Charleston Southern and Upstate, but they did not cover, laying 10 points. Now they're getting the points here. They did cover as a dog at High Point, getting 12.5 in a 104-100 loss. Radford comes in here off of a loss to Winthrop. 78-74 is a 2.5-point dog last time out, but they've covered 2 of their last 3. Asheville's covered 7 of their last 10 games overall. Radford 8-0 to the over at home so far this season. UNC Asheville is 8-4-2 to the over on the road, 6-2-2 to the over as an underdog. I'm looking to go over here in this one with Asheville and Radford. I'll take a little advantage there. Hopefully this line will continue to move lower. Like I said, 144.5 now at Bovada. So give me the over as my play here on the morning steam with Asheville and Radford. All right. Yeah, Jerry knows what I'm talking. Yeah. UTSA went melty. Got some Asheville action here with you guys. And Jerry says, taking AU in that game tonight against Idaho. Keep steaming, Idaho. James going over with me in the Radford game. All right. Super True says his play of the day is the Southern Indiana Screaming Eagles in the first half against Eastern Illinois. Hey, here's the underrated game of the day. This is the game of the day for sure. I don't know. I don't think the USC Maryland game is the game of the day. So I don't know. I think this is the game of the day right here. North Alabama and Lipscomb. We talked about it already a little bit, right, with the current standings here. But right now in the ASUN, you have first place North Alabama 12-3, Lipscomb tied for second 11-4, with Ignacevic, of course, for Lipscomb, Jakari Lane, North Alabama. Big game here between these two teams, going to go a long way. And again, another one where it doesn't matter who wins the championship, other than getting that top seed, which certainly is pretty important to get one of those top seeds in this conference, but only the conference champion advances. We know that. The tournament champion, you know what I mean. So for North Alabama here, like I said, 20-8 overall. Lipscomb comes in here with a record of 19-9 overall. So still big game to decide the regular season title here, it feels like right now. North Alabama comes in on a long winning streak. Meanwhile, Lipscomb lost to Eastern Kentucky last time out by 9 as a 3.5-point favorite to snap their winning streak. North Alabama has covered 8 of their last 10 games overall. They're the team that's covering much better here right now, but still, Lipscomb 10-3 straight up at home. See if you like. This is a good game, so definitely wanted to talk about it a little bit here and maybe make a play right now tonight with these two. and see if you have anything in the chat. I'm taking North Alabama. I'll tell you that right now. I'm probably taking them on the money line even. Here we go. Good morning to Jake Dye. He likes North Alabama plus the points. Jerry likes North Alabama. Robert likes the under here. Keadra likes North Alabama. And James Parham likes the over here. But I think that's probably another consensus here with North Alabama. So maybe Thomas had to run. I think I've at least got 2 games there over these last couple of picks here, it feels like. What did we say? Kennesaw, and if Thomas doesn't come back, Kennesaw and North Alabama, I feel like our consensus plays so far. We got to do our drawing after all. All right, couple more here to look at. How about USC taking on Maryland tonight? I've already mentioned it, so whether or not we have a real preview or whatever you want to call it here in this one, Maryland's an 11-point favorite, so they should probably roll these guys the way things are going, but still pretty big number. Maryland 10-7-1 against the spread at home. USC's had a few covers here for sure of late. They of course beat Penn State, beat up on Penn State at home. They won at Northwestern. Remember, they upset Michigan State at home. So they've had their moments. They've covered 4 of their last 6 on the road. Maryland has gone 7-3 in their last 10 games at home. Mentioned their record. USC's gone over in 6 of their last 7 games on the road. And Maryland's gone over in 13 of 21 games as a favorite. So I've already said I'm on the over here and nothing I can do about it. The total on the screen is stale as the bread I ordered from Amazon yesterday, from Sprouts. Wasn't that stale, but okay. I'm taking the over here. The total actually is 154.5 now. That's what we mentioned when the steam came in. So I'm not getting the best of it here, but I'll take the over here with Maryland and USC. And let's see here for you guys, if anything here. Maryland and over for James. Jerry says Maryland and over as well. Keadra's on the over, and good morning to Gravy. Robert also liked Maryland and the over. It almost and over for sure. I think that's a consensus. I'm going to call it consensus number 3. See what happens with Thomas. It might have skipped out on us and left the inmate to run the asylum, and now every game's a consensus. All right, I think I've only picked. Oh no, I got a couple more here. Wichita State and Florida Atlantic here in this one. Felt like a decent matchup tonight with Florida Atlantic -7 here right now, up to 8. The total is also up to 155 on that widely reported steam that came in a short time ago. So let's update that right now with Florida Atlantic at home here against Wichita. And kind of want to go back and analyze that steam that came in on the total. So I'm pretty sure I was willing to roll here with the side and take Florida Atlantic in this one minus the points. Both teams come in here 15-10 right now. Both teams come in pretty hot. Florida Atlantic is on a winning streak here. We're getting the Florida Atlantic that we're used to. Although they did fail to cover the spread in their last 2 games against Temple and against Charlotte, still they won the game and they were covering before that. They haven't been a great cover this year. If anything, Florida Atlantic, maybe they're a little bit overrated still. But maybe in this one against Wichita, I'm going to be willing to consider them. The total, of course, is 1,535. And what a game it's going to be tonight. Fix that. What did I say it was? $155. Okay, there we go. There we go. 155. So I'm going to take Florida Atlantic. I guess I'm going to take, I was, teetering side in total. We might have a premium here on the total, but since Florida Atlantic has moved higher, we're missing a little bit of value there a little bit. And look, Wichita does have some decent numbers here for sure on this 4-game winning streak over Memphis, Texas, San Antonio, USF, and Charlotte, although they did not get the money against San Antonio. FAU's gone over in 10 of their 24 or 14 of their 24 games so far this season. Wichita's been going under here a little bit of late, but I think I'll just take Florida Atlantic. Wichita's kind of in a little bit of a funk on the road long term right now. They're 4-5 against the spread this season, but dating back to the last season and a half, 8-16-1. Maybe they're closing the gap a little bit, but 8-16-1 against the spread on the road for Wichita State here of late. So Wichita also has gone under in 12 of their last 18 games on the road, yet this year maybe trending a little bit to the over. Okay, here we go. Anything here? We've got Wichita for Super True is other play of the day. Oh boy. Okay, over for James Parm. And FAU, it looks like Super True says it might be a tough cover because Memphis on deck. And they've got Seinfeld. Oh, is it Seinfeld night tonight with all those gimmicky things that are going to be? You know what? It might be. That one I'm almost willing to fade. I never would go on to one of these shows and be, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, I'm always Mr. Storyline here, but the Seinfeld promotion may cross the line for me a little bit. Now, maybe I should have went with Wichita, but I'm stuck. Well, I haven't picked a side yet, right? I'm on the, I did. I'm on, Florida Atlantic. I'm on some. Maybe it will motivate them. Maybe it'll be so fun on Seinfeld night there. And let's see here. James, Super True says, who lost by... This game wasn't a 28-point match. Okay, let me get on. Robert's on the over here. Kiadra says FAU money line. All right, I'm on FAU. Last one here. Show will be over. Northridge taking on Irvine tonight. Okay, so hey, I've got to find the best one here from the Big West, and I think we've got it. Of course, whenever you have Irvine, they're 22-4. Right now this season. So, and they're in a game here against a Northridge team that's had a pretty good season. Northridge 18-7, man. Good job here by Northridge this year. They're getting 6.5 here tonight. They're 10-4 in conference. Irvine is tied with UC San Diego right now at 12-2. So CSUN is 2 games back here right now. They're on the winning streak coming in, although they did fail to cover against Cal Poly and against Long Beach last 2 games here. For UCI, they're 14-7 against the spread as a favorite this season. Northridge is 2-5 to the under as an underdog. UC Irvine 9-12 to the under as a favorite. Irvine, right now they've won 5 straight meetings against Northridge. The 2 teams met back on January 9th. It was 77-67 in favor of Irvine. They got the win as a favorite. Irvine owns this series because this is about as good as it's gotten here for Northridge, really in the last couple of years. Yeah, they showed big-time improvement last year, but it really feels like this year they've made more strides again here right now so far this season. I think it's safe to say that Newman has done a pretty good job here with Northridge. Really do want to kind of consider them here tonight in this big game. It's just that Irvine is so good This feels like the biggest game for Northridge in a long time, though, even though it's on the road. Okay, here we go. Anything here? Kiadra likes Northridge here. Jerry says Irvine. And Robert's on Irvine as well. So, all right, but I'm going to go ahead and take Northridge here in this one to have a great game here. Hopefully this will be a great game tonight in the Big West. Give me the Matadors here in this one. And that's it for the Morning Steam Show. Hopefully we got to enough games today. Please pick up my plays today. I'll have a big card today. Hopefully we'll turn it around, turn it in, and have a big card over at winnable.com. You can get my best plays over there for $4 today, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. Just 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM to get my best plays over at winnable.com. They come to your phone. Real convenient. I just kind of enter in the data and it comes right across to you. You can set your notifications as well for the plays when they come in. It'll let you know here. This is kind of what it looks like when it comes up on the screen. You go right to it. You'll see my picture on there, and you can subscribe just like you were clicking on some Taco Bell or something there. You click on it, and the plays come up as well. There's also a free subscription there where I send out some more plays when the plays come out, like yesterday's basketball card. Just kind of looks like that. Yeah, those weren't all winners yesterday, but that's kind of how I do it. And that's how you support me here on the show. So I do appreciate it. There's the address, and use that promo code STEAM to save 20%. And I'll have some other plays out there today. Maybe I will have a play on that Dodgers-Cubs game on the free subscription. Let me take a look at, we know how it works in
System play.
Exhibition baseball. And usually I do like to see one go around over a couple of days. And this one starts pretty early, but you can kind of get a feel for the teams that are playing a little bit well here. And nothing like having some exhibition baseball on during the day. All right, let's do the drawing here right now. But also, yeah, we see what Fernando is saying right there. So let's go ahead and go with that breaking news. All right, you see Fernando there with this breaking news. Look, Bobby Portis has been in the news for another reason here recently, right? He was one of the guys that was targeted by that Chilean crime group that broke into all those athletes' homes. But the bad news is bad here for Bobby Portis Jr. He's been suspended 25 games for use of a banned substance. That's about all we know currently for it. There is some speculation as to what he was taking and whether or not he knew what he was taking there, a pain medication of some kind, and maybe he got it confused with another medication of a similar name there, whatever it was. I mean, I still have to read into it a little bit, but you see Fernando there mentioning it there on the screen, and the Bucks have the support of Portis has the support of the Bucks here. It feels like at this point, at this time, that tramadol is not exactly great stuff, but we'll see what happens here. That's going to knock Portis out for the remainder of the regular season here, pretty much. And we'll get the analysis and whatever. It doesn't seem like Portis is a an awful dude. I think everybody appreciates the kind of effort that he puts out there every night. But man, the Bucks, they can't seem to catch a break here right now. Getting rid of Middleton, Giannis is hobbled here. Lillard, they'll have to carry this team here. It feels like right now. So key information there right now, and we have seen that news just coming across. Thank you to Fernando here. The line currently is Clippers at -2 or 2.5 right now, and 228.5. So that news just in. Thank you, Fernando. All right, we're going to get ready for the drawing here and see who wins, and the show will be over. Thanks everybody for. Oh, and there I did it again. I forgot to put the right panel up. You know, Mike said the show's got to look better. Here we go. All right, here we go. See who's going to get this. I think I'm going to call it a 3-teamer today. Thomas was on. He got a busy call there. So North Alabama, Thomas. Also, USC Maryland over. And what was the other one, you guys? Help me out there. North Alabama, USC Maryland over. And Florida Atlantic. Was it Florida Atlantic? Help me out, fam. All right, here we go. That's why I have Thomas doing it, because I can't keep track. Here we go. I'll just go with the drawing. Whoever wins, good luck. Bill McDonald, Thomas Lewis, Robert, We Want Justice, Subhuman, James, Joe, Fernando, Jerry, T-Moss, Jake Dice, Super True, and Damon. Damon has won, everybody. Congratulations to Damon. He wins the 3-teamer today. We've only been averaging about 200 views on the show. Mikey might fire me at this point, but we will be back tomorrow at least, and for the remainder of this week as we get ready for our action here this weekend. Just want to tell you what's going on. So far, we're getting ready for our UFC coverage here this Saturday, companion coverage of UFC Seattle with the main event, Song Yadong and Henry Cejudo. There we have a couple of preview shows available on our tabs right now, including First Strike, up and available under the videos tab right now. The guys went over their best plays for tomorrow. Mikey, Jeff, Sub, and Fanatical Jim, they went over their best plays for the action at UFC Seattle on Saturday night. And we also have UFC preview with VB MMA picks under the live tab. We previewed 3 fights, including that main event with George Gennaro, the Prime Minister of Narrative Nation, coming straight from Hong Kong. We had me in Las Vegas, we had VB in Europe, and we had George Gennaro in Hong Kong. So if you ever want to see what 3 people on the screen looks like coming from 3 very distinct points of the world, that show has it. We even lost George for a couple of minutes, got him back. So check it out over there under the live tab, previews for this weekend. Now, we'll have pre-gaming here today at 6 p.m. Eastern and 3 Pacific. And that will be I believe, the last pre-gaming show of the week, because Mikey and Jeff are going to be on location on Friday night at LFA 202 in Niagara Falls. And it's going to be a big event. We're going to have our man Kevin Carrier, who's going to be carrying the flag for the Sports Money Network. Now, I don't know if they're going to have a banner. You know, some of these lower level fights, when the guy's in the ring, you know, they drape a thing over and has a bunch of logos on it. Sometimes you might see Sports Money. I don't know how they're going to have it, but we'll see. We'll have the coverage and the footage here. I will say this, and I hope I'm not spoiling it for Mike. He'll be covering it later for sure. But our man Kevin Carrier, the odds are out. The line is out. And our man Kevin Carrier is an $8 favorite, baby. An $8 favorite. We don't worry about the odds when we're trying to get the win. He ain't gonna lose. He ain't going to lose this guy who's got 3 first-round knockouts or whatever. I went back and watched the fights. One was an early stoppage on a guy, and I watched one of his losses too, and it wasn't anything special. So our guy, Kevin Carrier, is an $8 favorite in his LFA fight, first fight under the sports money sponsorship banner. And I would think he'll probably win. I talked about it the other night. I said, boy, look at this. He's got 87% of the votes on Tapology. He's going to be at least a $2 favorite. Well, that ship sailed. He's an $8 favorite. Maybe it'll come down. This guy's got some first-round knockout wins, but I think what it really shows here is that Carrier, who already has one LFA fight, a win, is poised to advance his career. It's on the undercard on Friday night from Niagara Falls. Jeff and Mike will be there to see our man, their man, Kevin Carrier in his first fight. And you can watch it too on Fight Pass there. So that is going to be really exciting. Also, really exciting, we are just 9 hours away from the big game tonight between the United States and Canada. We'll have companion coverage here on the Sports Money YouTube channel for the big game tonight, the biggest game of the year in any sport so far, even the Super Bowl, which was boring, Mikey, but tonight's not going to be boring. I don't care if it's 1-0 tonight. It's not. I don't care if it's 1-0 in a shootout. It's not going to be boring tonight when Canada takes on the U.S. in our big game tonight. So join me tomorrow. We'll recap it. We'll preview the action for Friday night. It'll be a bit of a lighter show again tomorrow, but we'll be here. So join us then. Thank you to everybody for watching the morning steam here on the Sports Money YouTube channel. And let's see here. Anybody else I got to say goodbye to? Robert. So Robert, on that one on Fight Pass, that's like a whole, yeah, okay, you got it. You know what I'm talking about there. Okay. All right, everyone, that's going to do it. Catch you tomorrow. More morning steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Have a great day.
It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. Ramon Scott, sports money. Wake your ass up and let's get to